Today we have a problem with the minute hand from an Ansonia clock. Somebody has filed the hole too big, as you can see, and the hand's only kept in place by the nut that holds it on to the minute arbor. Friction fit is no good for a minute hand. The hour hand sits on the cannon arbor with a friction fit, but the minute hand must attach securely to the minute arbor. So what we're going to do today, I've cut up a couple of small pieces of copper sheeting. We're going to fill that hole in that we saw before. We're going to fill that in, then we're going to drill it, and then using a square rat tail file we'll cut another hole the correct size for the minute arbor. There's our minute hand with the piece of copper inside that we're going to solder on. Lay the hand down, then we'll put a tiny piece of brass we've cut to fit in the hole just there. First thing we'll do is we'll put some flux, soldering flux, on our work. You don't need much. We've got some solder ready. We'll fire up our piezo burner, our flame there. Then we'll start to heat our work up. Level out our brass piece again. Pick it up, have a look at the other side. Yes, solid all the way through. We'll let that cool now. Then we'll file the excess solder off. Then we'll drill a hole, probably a 1 mil hole in the center. Then using a square rat tail file, we'll cut a rectangular hole inside the new piece there that will fit the minute arbor on the Ansonia clock. Solder is cool now, but we'll start to remove some of the excess. I'm using an old file on this because I don't want to fill a new file with solder. Once we've filed it flat, we'll then finish off with some 400 grit paper and then some 600 grit. I'll finish the other side of this, then come back, then we'll go to the next step. We pretty much filed the solder down on the back of the hole we filled in. We'll finish that off once we've cut the rectangle that we need for the minute arbor. Right, using a square rat tail file, we'll cut the bottom part of the hole first, taking particular attention of keeping the file square and not hurrying. The maximum size hole we want is 3 mil. We just very slowly cut away at the brass we've put in there. Right, I'll square that side up now. This is very slow work. Tiny shade more there. Then we'll take the hand out of the vise, have a look to see how it fits on the minute arbor. Getting pretty close. Put it back in the vise. It's a long hand, so I'll have to hold behind it so it doesn't bend. Now we'll cut the top piece. Very slowly. Take it out, check it again. Could do with a tiny little bit of squaring off there. Try it again on the minute arbor. It's a pretty good fit on there now. You can see the hole that we're progressing with. I'll finish this off, then come back and we'll have a look. Put the hand on, drops in place. So we turn it, you can see the count lever working.